When you rattle a snake, you must be prepared to be spitted.
This is Mishuki, and in his time, you had to wear seatbelts.
So, these seat belts ni kitu cha maana. It has been known all over the world that this thing saves life.
Hii governor, hii mishipi, hii kila kitu bwana waziri, na Januari tumelipia watoto shule, tumefinyika kidogo.
Sasa rafiki yangu acha hiyo argument. Maana yake tumeenda over all that. Ile muziki uko kwa gari yako kwa matatu yako. Ukiuza leo itatosha kuweka hiyo vitu na ubaki na pesa mfukoni.
So, before this man Mishuki, there was nothing to do with governors, the speed governors on vehicles, the PSVs to be specific, and there was nothing like seat belts. In fact, the whole matatu industry, it was chaotic. So he came and implemented the issue to do with speed governors and seat belts. People resisted, they complained, whatnot, but he said it must be done, and it was done. This is an example of one hell of a performer. Let's see another guy here.
We are not in these jobs to be popular. We are here to do the right thing, and I will do the right thing. We must sort this thing out. Honorable members, hapa lazima tukubaliane. We have to sort this thing out.
So Matiang'i used to do some impromptu visit to schools and see the conditions of the school, like firsthand, get the firsthand information and see what exactly is happening on the ground. He did not send a PS or any other assistant, he went there himself. And this is what used to happen during his time.
This is class 3, na huyu ni nursery. Na mko nyote pamoja, sio? Very good. Wamelala wawili.
So like in this school, he actually found a grade 3 kid sharing a classroom with a nursery school kid.
So during lunchtime, they crowd together like this. They are not eating.
Excuse me, can you be sincere? Is this the way you teach?
No. This is nursery.
1 week, why? Why do you need a week? Why do you need a week to do that?
Because the exam is good.
No, you do that
in the afternoon.
Listen, look for your fundis, let them see that, wait. As soon as the last paper is done, they go in there and repair that place.
You do that.
Yeah.
We are going to do that.
Jamani, unahitaji wiki moja kurepair.
Nataka nipage hata rangi, nifanye kila kitu.
Repair the roof first. Rangi utapaka baadaye. Repair that roof first. So isiangukie mtoto.
Natafanya hiyo.
Yes sir. Leo jioni uniambie, tuambie kwamba amerepair. Hiyo imefanyika hapa.
So this is exactly what I'm trying to say. Like in the previous regimes, in the previous government, you could at least point out one person, maybe 2 or 3. Let's settle for one, at least one individual who we could say that CS, that minister is really working. We can see the results, we can see changes, like in the time of Mishuki. In the transport sector, there was humongous changes. The issue to do with the seat belts, the speed governor. Then came Matiang'i. In the education sector, there was humongous changes. The whole issue of exam cheating was subsidized, or rather was reduced drastically. And these are some of the things that Kenyans want to see. So my question is, in this government, apart from the scandals we are having day in, day out, looting, can you point out just one CS who you can say this guy is really working? It's not focused in stealing or anything or buying expensive stuff like watches and belts. You can say that this CS is really working. Just in the comment section, you can just point out one guy you can say this guy is working. So I ask myself, this regime, the president, okay, it's good to reward friends and give them the CS post and the likes, but at least alikosa mtu moja. Just a worker, performer bana.
So, Golosh, I am sorting it out. That's what we are trying to do. I wish this gentleman was cooperative in the manner in which the facts are clear to him. And as I told you, Mr. Chairman, I will bring the file to you. so that you peruse it yourself and see what we are talking about. It is not right that when we are trying to make a genuine effort, we are being called lords of impunity, that we are making the wrong mistakes and so on and so forth. None of this, even our colleagues in the media who are reporting this matter, none of them has gone through the facts that we are putting before them. None of them has asked the very basic questions. Now, I want to see what the Law Society of Kenya is going to do, and the judiciary, now that the officers have actually lied on oath, filed affidavits in court lying. As for the relations between us and the judiciary, I want to say this. The spokesperson for the executive branch of government by constitution and by practice is His Excellency the President. I don't have powers to be a spokesperson for the executive branch of government, but I can make this observation. From this experience and the experiences we've had in the past, we are in a unique place, and you, more than any members of parliament, because you are the security committee, need to know this. Our sector is the one that is affected most by some of the decisions that are made when they are not balanced. Why are we so bothered about the checks? The Constitution expects us to uphold checks and balances. Why are we not bothered about the balances? A clique of judicial officers, that's why I would not say, I would be very honest and say, this is not about the judiciary. It is about a clique of judicial officers who have gotten into an unholy relationship with a clique of activist lawyers and oppositionist civil society people, with the intention of humiliating the government, stalling the government, embarrassing the government, and making it impossible for the government to perform. I want to give you data. You tell me yourselves as members of parliament. When I came here before, I told you, on the crackdown on illegal machines, gambling, you are the ones who represent the people of Kenya, the children of Kenya. You know what this nonsense has done to our children in the villages. I have over 26 court orders, served all over the place. No judge, no magistrate is calm enough to say, go serve PS Kibicho, come before me, so that you argue your case. On crackdown on illicit brews, I don't know how many court orders. I've stopped the count. Served on county commissioners, regional commissioners, chiefs, everybody. You can actually sell poison in this country, because all you need is to go to court and get a court order and put it on your door and sell poison in this country. And no one says, go serve the PS, let us listen, let us hear the two of you so that we understand what the truth is. That's what I'm saying. It's a clique of judicial officers. It's not about the judiciary. Our judiciary has got some of the finest people in the country. There's a clique in the judiciary that has been captured by a group of people in civil society and a clique of activist lawyers. And they are riding roughshod. Have you wondered, members of parliament, because you have the burden of leadership, have you wondered, in the last 3 years, one civil society activist in Kenya has obtained nearly 30 court orders, ex parte, 30 court orders, ex parte, from the court. He walks in, he gets an order, comes out. He walks in, he gets an order, comes out. In fact, he could even walk in today and say he wants an order so that all cabinet secretaries commit suicide. You'll get the order. He walks in, gets an order, comes out. What does that say about our judicial system? Last Wednesday, the whole day, the Attorney General spent time begging for one thing, to be heard. If we had been heard by that judicial officer, they would have been told what we are telling you. Mr. Miguna is on the air side. He is not in the custody of Boynet. Boynet cannot produce him because he doesn't have him. The director of immigration would have said, this guy is not held. This would have been said. Then the judicial officer proceeds to make a 36-page ruling. Just ask yourself, a 36-page ruling in 20 minutes, even if you are a paragon, isn't that evidence that there's collusion going on elsewhere and things are being brought to the judicial system to try and stall this? And then he says, when the judicial officer orders that we go to court, he says, let them come, but I will not hear them. What does that mean? Where do you want us? You want us for humiliation parade, so that you can drag us by the collar through the street of public opinion. It's not an interest to resolve issues. How can you be condemned and heard? As I told you, this is not a story. Somebody should show me, this is the affidavit of service that shows that you were served a court order. This is what's happening. There is an evil clique of judicial officers working with activist lawyers and elements in the civil society who are determined to make sure that the executive branch does not function. And they will